What's up, guys? This is Dr. Martin. Welcome back to our YouTube channel. I hope you guys are well and that you guys have been enjoying our previous videos that we have been taking out. The previous video I recorded was a breakdown on gold, and gold really played out exactly the same way we had actually anticipated. And I hope you guys are really learning from the stuff that I'm actually putting out on YouTube, because obviously the main aim is to grow, inspire, and to even ensure that you guys are really learning a thing or two even from the stuff that we are posting. So right now on my chart today, I am talking about a topic that says, what did US30 buy and why I don't think it's selling for the whole of next month, which makes it the month of March. So I know that a lot of people have been confused with US30. But as I said, for the guys who actually follow me on the gram, you guys will know that I've been trading US30 for slightly over a year now. I think a year and a couple of months. And with that being said, I really do understand the movement and the behavior of US30, because I've been trading for a long time, and US30 is currently the only thing I trade right now. And it is with great excitement that I will be sharing this sentiment with you guys, and I hope you guys are also able to learn from what I am sharing with you today. For the guys who follow me on Instagram, you guys saw that I actually posted a screenshot on US30, and I did say that I was actually giving out a free signal, which really played out well. And the screenshot basically was calling out the buy. So I will actually try and show you guys where the buy was and what really happened, even for the market to buy at that exact point, and why was I able to actually see the buy. So I will be explaining the buy and how the buy actually happened, even on today's movement. As you can see, the daily candlestick is literally flying to the ceiling, and I will be explaining what to expect next and what you can obviously expect even for the coming month of March on USD. Remember that this is a game of probabilities. I do know that my technicals are super, super, super accurate, but even so, I do bear in mind that trading is basically a game of probability. So you will never, ever, ever be certain, because you could be technically right, but fundamentally incorrect, of which I don't really look at fundamentals that much. I'm purely a technical trader when it comes to this instrument that we're trading. So I will be looking at US30 for now, and I will be trying to show you guys what really happened. So do not forget that you need to like and subscribe. Obviously, leave a comment if these videos are helpful. Also, help share the link as well, so that more lives can be touched and that more people can actually get to know about the channel that's giving out value for free, guys. This is literally for free. So what we do have here is that I obviously called out US30. There's a live that was recorded between me and Kels on YouTube as well. You can search that up and type in my name. It is gonna come up there. US30 breakdown that I literally took out beginning of the month. So this was actually exactly on the 1st of February, and I was actually explaining my bias and explaining my sentiments on US30. And if you really try to look at it, you will see that US30 actually played out exactly the same way in which I actually predicted. And you can go back to that video, watch it again. I'll try and also save it and upload it on our channel so that you guys can actually see the video and get to understand the sentiments behind my prediction for US30. So US30 has been completely playing out to the team according to what I have seen, and we have been able to catch US30 even with the group members, the private community members. So I will try and explain to you guys what you guys can practically expect for now and what you guys can actually look out for on this current trade that we are looking at. We're looking at US30, and let's explain why US30 has actually been plummeting to the ceiling the whole of today. So if you look at the daily time frame, you will be able to see that even from here, we created this fake double top pattern, which I'd like to call it fake. I mean, some people may regard this as a double top pattern. It did properly play out, and that's okay. I'm not going to argue that. And obviously from here, we did find break of structure from that bearish cycle that was actually created. So the market's actually really the markets actually really broke out of this cycle over here. And once it did break out, you can see how we really tried to play above this gray area I drew over there. So the market has been playing out around that level region. It has been playing out for a couple of days. So we can see a good 1, 2, 3, 4 days before the market actually left that region. So the market actually played above that level and region for a good 4 days. That is not a child's play. That's not a small thing. So if the market plays above a certain zone for a couple of days, that obviously means that the market is failing to break past that level, whatever level it's trading at. So most people decide to overlook such facts and decide to overlook such things that can actually turn out to be very helpful, towards their trading. And obviously, this is something that people avoid, and they end up taking the wrong kind of trades, and they end up being enticed into trading towards the wrong direction. So today I want to show you guys a trick that you can use and show you what actually influenced the buy for US30 today. So you can see how then the market was actually spiking through that level 4 times and we left. And I even thought myself that US30 was actually buying over here. But all of a sudden, US30 actually turned to the downside. So now what we did have is that US30 did really try and create all-time highs around this level and region. So this is around the levels of, so if you can even put up like a marker there to basically see the price, you will be able to see that US30 actually created all-time highs around about 31,650, 31,700. So this is a level and an area that was actually quite critical and important in this specific pair and market that we're looking at. And from there, you can see how we've been failing to break above that level. Whenever the market would get to that level, the market would really go back down. If you look at how the next daily candlestick actually closed, you can see that we actually tried to spike through that region, but failed, came back to this major level that we have. And obviously, market dropped down to the lows, came back and closed above. But even the next day's candle failed to break past that level, came and closed the bearish candle. But even as the market is creating these specific candlesticks, I want you to notice how then we have been spiking to the lows, how the market has been spiking to the lows. So for the past 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days, the market has been spiking through the lows. So for a good 6 days, the market has been really spiking through the lows. And obviously that really means so much. That really means so much. The markets actually did actually show us some high volumes that were created in the lows over there. And look at how then we got a clean bounce off of the moving averages as well, even bouncing back on that previous psychological level that we have, which was obviously that previous high. So this then tells us that the market is trying to break below but is failing, and there's a reason why the market is pulling back to the lows. Obviously, after every push, you do expect that the market will pause. So every single time the market pushes up, the market is bound to come back down and test lower regions. So this is something that we can obviously look forward to on future markets, that the market will come and test lower regions whenever it is obviously buying. So it's like a living organism. The market will be pushing up and pausing, pushing up and pausing, breathing in and breathing out, breathing in and breathing out, breathing in and breathing out. So this is reality. This is something that we must come to terms with and get to understand as well, that the market cannot just push up non-stop. Whenever the market pushes up, it will come back down. So 32,000, sorry, 32,000 has been a level for anticipation for me personally on this market. So I did target 32,000, and right now we are hitting take profit as I am recording this video. You can see that US30 right now is currently, it's currently like it's all the way up. It's really in the ceiling. It's really in the ceiling. Today was a good day to be buying this thing, and right now we just hit 32,000 to the T. That was my first take profit on US30. But what can we look forward to in the next couple of days that we have? So let's look at the smaller time frames before we can even look at the next possible moves, and I will explain why this huge candlestick is like this and why US30 bought. So for me, obviously, I'm a high technical trader. I don't really focus too much on fundamentals. So whatever fundamentals that's happening over there, I literally do not know. I do not know why this thing is rising like that in terms of fundamentals. But technically speaking, I have every reason why this thing was buying. I can explain to you why the buy was like this. I can explain to you why we are buying so much, but I can obviously not explain why it bought like this fundamentally, simply because I'm a technical trader. So for me, I look at the daily and the H4 to try and understand where the market is sort of headed to, and to get to understand what we can expect next, even on the markets. And the daily time frame literally showed me that we were currently trading above previous high. And obviously, if we are trading above previous high, then logic basically tells us that the market is still building up momentum for a bullish run. So this is why I was actually adamant on my buys. And also, again, looking at how the market was playing around these levels and regions of 31,500 is also something that gave me confidence to actually be in this buying trade that we are currently in. So if you look at how the market actually came back to the lows roundabout here, we spiked through, went back up to that level. So this is a level that the market was actually rejecting on, came back down again, went back up. This is a level that the market was rejecting on, came back down again, broke above, came back to retest around the same level. So this level has been a level that has been a level of significance, a level of liquidity around that level, around in this particular market that we're looking at. So what this means is that's a level where investors literally induce in funds and take out funds. So look at this: investors put in funds, took out funds, pull back, put in funds around here, took out funds, pulled back, put in funds, and they broke through that level, took out funds. Now they pulled back to this area, came back above and put in some funds, went back to the highs, to around the levels that we saw even from the daily time frame over there. So that's a daily level that we actually had over there, which is why I was also kind of monitoring and looking and observing that level to see whether we are breaking out or not. And the markets actually got to that level, pulled back to the previous level that we did have, which has been a level of liquidity. This is when now they actually induce funds and trigger stops and take profits and all of that. So that's a liquidity pool area. So that's an area where you can actually kind of expect to see some kind of liquidity being put into the markets. That's where you expect to see multiple spikes. That's where you expect to see take profits being made. That's where you expect to see fake moves. So round about these liquidity areas, that's where mostly these market makers do a whole lot of data capturing, a whole lot of calculations, a whole lot of investments, a whole lot of take profits, a whole lot of stop order triggers and stuff like that. So these levels are levels that we really need to focus on and really need to understand as we are trading. So from there, we can see the market now plummeting to the upside beautifully. So popped above this level that was once a problem, came back here. So round about Monday, market open of this week, I spoke about this and I said that US30 was going to sell back into 130, 200, I'd like to think. So that was 132, that was 31,200, sorry. So it literally pulled back all the way to 31,200, got to 31,200, started buying. So the reason why now the markets actually didn't really break out of this level, it's because we've got really smaller time frame levels and regions that we really need to focus on, that can typically induce the market's movements for that specific day we're looking at. So around about that level, over there, which is 31,638. We did have, a previous level that we did have over there, and that level has been respected for the longest time. And I personally was observing and monitoring that level to see whether we break above or not. And that's a level that we can clearly see, even as I am explaining right now, that we actually did fail to break past that level. I did expect and hope that the markets would break out of this level, but obviously the markets were not ready to break above, which is why then that dropped back into 31,200, and we did get a fake. So this was yesterday's move. We spiked through that level. Look at how we then came back to close above that region. If you go to an even smaller time frame, that will even be a lot better to understand. So right now we can see how we came above, and obviously from here we were trading above this level. And looking at the markets thoroughly, you can see that there's some kind of sensitivity that's happening over there, which is why now the markets were literally trading above this level. And look at how we literally came to spike above. So today's move, for me personally speaking, I was honestly waiting to see how the close would be round about these levels of 31,460. Had the markets closed below that level, I wasn't going to be confident with the buys, but because we can see that there's a clear close above that level and region, this gave me confidence to know that the markets are actually still going to rise. Also, looking at the fact that we did have a pattern that sort of looked like a double top over there, that's also something that most people fail to understand, that a double top is not reason enough to sell. So if you go to a smaller time frame over here, you will notice that we did have a very clean double top pattern that actually formed over there. So a lot of people were actually looking at this top as the first one and the second one, and obviously they were now looking at selling past this level all the way back into the lows. But personally speaking, I knew that I was obviously looking at this level and observing to see whether we break past the psychological level I got and established even from the 4 hour time frame. Now the markets came here, gave us a clean reversal pattern. From there, the markets literally started buying. So this is where now the buy comes from. The buy comes from the fact that we are currently trading above the previous high, for one. Number two, the markets literally gave us a whole lot of bullish momentum that was induced into the markets based on how structure was formed today. So the double top pattern was violated, and you can see why then the markets actually started rising from there, because then that psychological level that I literally put up on that level actually rejected so strongly. And that's something that I was personally looking at to basically see whether we do break below this level or even maintain above it. And we can see a clear rejection above that level. This was an easy trade. It's one of the easiest trades I've seen in my career of trading US30. And right now you can see how then we've had a straight 4 hours of buy with no pullback. The market has been buying for 4 hours now, and we literally just hit target now. I have a strong feeling now that we are going to break above this current monthly level we're sitting at 32,000. And I do think that we can obviously see even greater levels. I can see that we can see even greater heights, even from this particular market that we have. So if we go to the high time frame to basically try and understand what we can expect for the next coming month, I think the monthly time frame is basically the most important time frame we can sort of look at to basically see where the next move can actually play into. And if you look at this move, even from the monthly time frame, you can see how we actually closed above that week. I mean, it's only a couple of days before the month closes. It's the 24th today, a day after my birthday, the 24th of February. And obviously, we've got about 4 days or so before the month of Feb closes. And with how this candlestick is currently sitting, I honestly do not see this candlestick as a bearish candlestick. So obviously, beginning of a new month, we can expect the market to print out a low for the month. And obviously, it's going to open higher, come back to give us a low. And from there, the markets can actually come and give us a high price and a closing price. But I do think that the next month will be a bullish month for this particular market we are trading. So if I can give you an exact target where this next month can actually take us to, I would basically predict that the markets can obviously get to around so let's see what price this is. This can be um, $35,000 on US30 for the next coming month. So that is a level that I'm anticipating for US30 even on this new month of March that is approaching. And once again, guys, as I always say, that we are not trading what we think in our heads, but we are obviously trading what the market is giving to us. If the market is not giving us what we need, we will not trade. That is what differentiates winning traders from losing traders. Losing traders force moves onto the markets, but winners always know what to look out for, and they always know when to stop trading. And this for me is US30. I hope you guys really enjoyed today's episode, and I hope you guys really learned so much from today's video. Again, do not forget to subscribe. Don't forget to also leave a comment and tell me exactly what it is that you learned from this video. This year, we are planning on giving out proper quality content on our YouTube page. So your comments are obviously highly appreciated, and I would also love to know if we are helping or not. But right now, do make sure that you like the video. First of all, do make sure that you subscribe to the YouTube channel. Secondly, and again, I want to see the comments on the comment section. So I would really appreciate your input. I would really appreciate your feedback even from today's video. But from me, Dr. Martin, I am signing out. Bless up.